All right, good afternoon again on this Tuesday on what's been a little cooler day outside, a little back closer to normal for this time of the year. Yesterday we were about 90 degrees at this point. Today it's 84. No delays to speak of out at DFW Airport, and no delays at Love Field either, where it's also 84 degrees. We had some drier air working its way into North Texas. What does that mean for us? You may have noticed that it feels a little bit better out today. You also may have noticed that your morning earlier today was feeling a little bit better as well. And I think we're going to outdo it tomorrow morning. Should be the coolest morning of the week. Widespread low 60s, DFW to the east, or excuse me, to the west. Widespread 50s across eastern North Texas. In fact, there may even be some places across eastern areas dip down into the low 50s to start the day tomorrow. Normal low 60s, so we'll be seasonable is what we're going to call it tonight. But we're as cool as 36 degrees back in 1917, and then tomorrow afternoon a little warmer than today, but humidity should once again stay low, so 87, 88 across the DFW area. It'll feel like 87, 88, not much humidity to speak of. Low to mid 80s across eastern areas, and in the drier air out to the west, there could be some places that try and hit 90 or above tomorrow afternoon. Not much going on outside. In fact, it'd be hard pressed to find a cloud in North Texas or really across the entire state of Texas at the moment. The weather pattern just continuing to be warm and dry for us, at least during the afternoon, with pleasant mornings. High pressure continues to be to our west, which keeps the storm track well to the north through the weekend. But here's the deal. As we head into early next week, this trough of low pressure along the Great Lakes may dip down just enough to kind of drive that high pressure back into Mexico as we head into early next week, and may give us a little bit stronger front as we head through next week. A little cooler mornings, a little cooler afternoons. The problem is that kind of storm track usually doesn't give us much in the way of rain chances. I mean, there's an outside chance, a very low chance, that there could be a few showers around toward the middle part of next week, but I really am not, about a week from now or so, but I'm really not very optimistic about that at all. In fact, here's your rainfall projections through next week. Yeah, not much. Obviously, the flooding rains will be down in Florida. The bulk of the rain, not only, I mean, for the entire country, will fall in Florida through the upcoming week. Let's talk about Milton at the moment. Category 5 storm in the southern Gulf of Mexico, starting its trek toward Florida at the moment. Wind speeds of 165 miles an hour, gusting to 200 right now. Basically going to move almost due northeast up toward Florida, and eventually making landfall somewhere between Tampa to Fort Myers, probably more so around Sarasota. The wind speeds within the storm will come down, so at landfall, potentially a high-end Category 3 storm, but that's not going to do anything to lessen what Florida is going to see from this. It's going to be extremely high storm surge. Tampa Bay area to Sarasota, 10 to 15 feet. Remember, that's above ground. 5 to 10 feet outside of that. South Florida, it's still 3 to 5 feet or so. And then on the backside of this storm, as the storm moves out over to the Atlantic, going to push the Atlantic Ocean up against the east coast of Florida. And Daytona Beach up to Jacksonville could see anywhere from around 3 to 5 feet of storm surge. Tampa to Orlando, 12 to 16 inches of rain, maybe upwards of 18 inches in some locations. Rainfall totals do taper off pretty quickly as you head north and south of kind of the center track of that storm, but even well inland, we'll see not only a good deal of wind, but also a good deal of rain with Milton. It's not just the coastal areas that are going to see devastating storm surge, but inland areas, flooding rains, and wind that'll certainly cause power outages. Light winds and seasonal tonight, 62 for your low, and then tomorrow low humidity, warm and dry, 88 my high. First 7 of the 14-day, 90s return as we head into your Texas OU weekend. But there you see that little stronger front next week. Monday 85, Tuesday 79, 78 Wednesday. Morning lows well down in the 50s for most of you on those days as well. But once again, as I mentioned earlier, just not much in the way of rain with that front. But here's hoping we get a little bit more cooler and crisp days with that front compared to what we have going for us right now.
Yep.